This is, well, I guess this is your Super Bowl, isn't it? I'm wondering how you qualify a success this weekend. What is a good result for Circa Sports on a Super Bowl Sunday?
Well, Joe, great to be back. And I think I'm very happy to be back on a day that the Dow's up 1,000, S&P's up,
yes.
NASDAQ's up 400. I think I've been able to come on with you, and it's always been green. So that's a good start. That's the first part of being a success. As far as the success here in Las Vegas, it really comes down to how the tourism goes and will the city fill up again. I think most people realize that the very best place to go in America is Las Vegas for the Super Bowl. If you're not actually going to the game, there's nothing better than Las Vegas. A great place to go. The home of Super Bowl betting. And we should have, I think, set some records here this year on legal wagering.
Yeah, well, okay, with regard to that, the American Gaming Association put a number on it. They're estimating $1.76 billion wagered on the Super Bowl this year through legal sportsbook operators in the U.S. How much of that is going through sportsbooks like yours in Las Vegas?
Yeah, I mean, quite a bit. I mean, we just took, Circa Sports just took its first $1 million bet. I'm hoping to have a few more of those here before kickoff. I'm very much hopeful that we break a legal record, and that's in light of the fact that from the illegal side or in the prediction market side, they may do more than just even the legal bookmakers do in 2026.
Wow. Look, I was blown away by this. So you're allowing bets of up to $1 million, $1 million limit on sides to spread the total at the counter in Las Vegas. How many guys do you think show up this weekend and plunk down $1 million before the game?
Well, I'm hoping quite a few. We've had one.
I bet you are.
We hope to get a few more. So, yeah, that's our limit. That's our limit when you walk in. At the counter, we'll move the number after that, and we hope to get a little buyback. But overall volume, sports betting volume has been pretty strong here leading up to the game. Now we're still more than 48 hours away, and you're going to get 90% of the action is going to come in the next 48 hours.
Oh wow. So, I'm looking at the Super Bowl ads, which is, part of the fun for everybody here, and I see Fanatic Sportsbook is running its first ever Super Bowl commercial featuring Kendall Jenner, interestingly. You've got Colin Jost and Michael Che in the DraftKings spot that's going to be on. FanDuel's is going to have an add-on prior to kickoff that I'm sure they're spending at least 8 figures on. What's your place in the gaming universe when you're surrounded by this crush of sports gaming mobile apps? I haven't even mentioned Kalshi and the prediction markets yet. Where does a sports book like you exist?
Well, I think we all have our own niche areas. I mean, we're known for taking large bets. Circa Sports is known for really celebrating some of the bigger players. Our average bet with Circa Sports in the 6 states that we're up in is far higher than others. But that has a lot to do with the way we book. We run a low hold model. And we think that's something that has a spot within the sports betting ecosystem.
Interesting. You've, of course, got a lot of different properties, though, with different kinds of demographics and different clientele. I guess I'm wondering if you see these services, being DraftKings, FanDuel, or whatever, as competition, or if all wagering is good for business. And should these prediction markets be allowed to do sports?
Well, let me answer the first part of your question. Yeah. I love the fact that Fanatics has a Super Bowl commercial. I'm a big supporter of DraftKings and FanDuel on their legal side of their operation. And I think that's good because I think that legalized sports betting, it's good for leagues, it's good for players, it's good for players' unions, it's good for states, and it's good for problem gaming issues. So I'm a big supporter of any of the legal operators and what they can bring. It's also great for fans because there's greater engagement, so therefore it's great for media. I'm 100% supportive of the legal sports betting. Prediction markets, now that's a whole nother story here. I mean, these guys are doing an end around. They're very shrewd, no question about it. but they're not paying any state income tax. They're not paying anything into problem gambling. They're not paying a federal excise tax. I realize there's a little bit of a surge of, let's support prediction markets, but I don't think that's necessarily the right long-term path here. I mean, think about it this way. If someone hijacked a truck that had nothing but big screen televisions and brought that truck into the parking lot of a Best Buy and was able to sell these TVs at half price, would we really be supporting these Marauders the way it seems like it is? I don't think so. I think this is short-lived, and I think prediction markets have a great spot in America, in our economy, in our ecosystem. But what they're doing with sports betting, it's a little bit crazy with the amount of taxes that we pay and the amount of regulatory environment that we're in.
Marauders, says Derek Stevens. This is fascinating. Not to mention the taxes that the players are paying. We talked about the Fair Bet Act last time you were here. Derek, this still has yet to see the light of day. I know Dina Titus has been working hard on this to essentially restore the 100% deduction for gambling losses against winnings. What are you hearing about this?
Yeah, I know. Dina's still working on it. The Fair Bet Act is something we still need to get done. We tried to get it done before the end of the year. Dina tried to get it done here at the end of February. We're at the end of January. It's still a top priority. And here's the thing: it's not political. It's just not political. This is something that both sides of the aisle want to do. I'm still very confident that this is going to get rectified. Unfortunately, it hasn't been rectified yet. So I'm hopeful that this gets completed. On the tax element, what's amazing to me? I want to go back to this prediction market thing for a second. The state of New York collected $1.1 billion of sports betting taxes. The state of Illinois, $400 million of sports betting taxes. In prediction markets, those go to zero. I'm a little surprised that the states aren't getting more aggressive. Now I realize we're still early on in this, but I do think the legal sports betting operators provide a lot of benefit to the sports betting ecosystem, and I just think the amount of taxes being avoided by the prediction markets it's short-lived.
Well, it's really interesting to hear you weigh in on this ahead of this weekend of all weekends. I've only got a minute left. Derek, a lot of the chatter in the media has been tied to a tourism slowdown at the big resort casinos on the Strip. Are you seeing that on Fremont Street, or are people finding a good time to be more affordable at your properties?
I think we've all talked a lot about this K-shaped economy. All tourism destinations in the country, New York, Miami, Las Vegas, Honolulu, is down from international tourism. But overall, Las Vegas is doing all right. I mean, Las Vegas set an all-time record. Gaming revenue set an all-time record at $15.8 billion last year. So it's still pretty strong.